Good afternoon. My name is Shirley J. Davis. Some of you may know me, some of you may not. I write the blog, in a nutshell. It's about dissociative identity disorder. Now, I realize there are a lot of videos about DID out there. There's tons. So, I'm not really hoping in high hopes of getting a lot of viewers at first, but I'm hoping to build up a viewership. You'll find that my work in my writing and in these videos is not some of the other series you may have watched. I do not talk about highly triggering information. Like, I will tell you that things were really bad for me as a child, but I won't tell you the specifics. I don't see the reason for that, never have, and I don't even write about it. And I also have I got some notes here, hang on. I won't name my abusers. I may slip up and give you a title like mother, father, grandfather, grandmother, but I will not name names because there are innocent people involved. I have cousins who have been harmed in the past by my bringing up the abuse that happened to me, so I definitely do not want to name names. And also, you won't catch me switching personalities on a camera. I just don't do that. Now, I'm not saying that other people that do that on YouTube are doing anything wrong. That is not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that it's not right for me, and I just can't do that. I thought today I'd start off with talking about myself, my own case of dissociative identity disorder. That's a mouthful any way you look at it. That's why I always say DID, because wow, you gotta have to write that like a million times a day. Anyway, my abuse began from about actually shortly after I was born, and it continued for 15 years. I was 15, almost 16, when I finally told and on about what was happening, and the abuse with that person ended. There's abuse with other family members as well, but that particular family member stopped. I was disowned by that person, and actually that entire side of the family, as though I had done something wrong. But the thing is, nobody worked with me. Nobody took me to a therapist or a doctor or anybody to get treatment for my what had happened to me. Okay, and I had in the process of my childhood, I formed many different alters, what some people call selves. Um, and one of the things I like to tell people, especially when I'm talking to people who do not know anything about DID, is that I do not have a multiple personality. I have one personality that has not associated correctly. Um, there's a there is a I will talk more about that in another video. I will just go into that later. But I wanted to tell you that I have over 100, so I'm polyfragmented. I mean, I don't even really know how many. I have no clue. There's just so many, and I just don't think it's necessary to count all of them. But I do know there's many. And the idea is it is not as strange as what it sounds, right? I mean, people think of it as an exotic, unusual disorder, but it really is not. If you think about what we've gone through, you and I as survivors, um, the nicest thing we could have done to handle what happened to us was to dissociate and to form alters. Anyway, so the abuse there was 4 or 5 people, 2 of them related, and the others were friends of these relatives, who sexually and physically and emotionally just maltreated me as a child. And I didn't get into therapy until 1990, when I was, actually it was 1989, when I was 29 years old when I first began to have problems. I mean, I'd always had weird things happen to me, right? But in 89, things got weird. I just all of a sudden had these memories and flashbacks and such just flooding me. I didn't know what to do with them. I thought I was going nuts, man. I thought there was something wrong with me. And I ended up in my first therapist's office in just November, December of 89. And in 1990, February 1990, she diagnosed me with what was then called multiple personality disorder. The name was changed in 1994 because it's a misnomer. Like I said, I don't have more than one personality. It took, I have been in therapy now for 29 years. Lol. And that's because there's just so much. I mean, there's so many of me. Or there was. It's been a long, long, hard journey. But I'm in a position now where I believe I can help people. And I want to help you to try to not make the mistakes I did, to try to steer you around the pitfalls. I know that's easier said than done. Many people will not listen to me because it doesn't fit with who they believe they are. Okay, and I understand that. I realize that. What my biggest goal is just to get the information out there, real, true information about DID, about healing, about what integration it really is, what psychotherapy, how the therapist can help you if you are a therapist, how you can help your clients. Because I'm from a particularly interesting point of view. I have gone so far in my healing that I've never met anyone in person, and I've met a lot of people with dissociative identity disorder. I have never met anyone who is as far along as I am, and that's not bragging. That's not bragging. I'm saying that the battle, although it's been very long, I've come a long way, baby, and I have a lot to say, and that's why I write my blog. I want to get information out to people. If I could just help one person to overcome this stuff, then I feel like I have made a major contribution. So that's kind of the introduction to this series. If it flies, then I will stay on here and keep talking. There are a lot of aspects to DID. There's the neurological aspect. There's the psychological aspect. There's tons of ways that we could talk, things we could talk about, titles and subjects. And I'm hoping that you will enjoy this and learn from it and use it. Take it to your therapist, or if you are a therapist, show the information to your clients. And we'll go down this road together, this healing journey. I call it The Road Less Taken, after a poem by Robert Frost, because it is not just getting on the trail, the hard road, but staying on it and finishing it. Now, I won't ever be cured from DID. But I can live a life of peace and success despite it. So, thank you for listening, and I'm hoping that we can make a difference together. Okay? Thank you. Bye.